Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Horrid Henry's house from the show Horrid Henry. If you have any suggestions on what I should make next, please leave a comment down below letting me know what I should build. It can be a cartoon house like this one, or something from a movie, video game, or even real life. Let me know down there in the comment section what you would like to see. This is the amount of space required to make the house. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing 2 bricks in a row on the ground. 1, 2. Then place a purple concrete, and then an oak door, purple concrete, 3 more bricks, 1, 2, 3. Place a brick wall in front of that brick, and then place 3 bricks extending right, 1, 2, 3. Then place a brick wall with a brick behind that. Then extend the brick to the right by 2, 1, 2. Then extend towards the back of the build by 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then extend inwards by 2, 1, 2. Extend towards the back of the build once more by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then extend across the back of the build by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place an oak door, 3 more bricks, 1, 2, 3, and then connect all the way back to where we very first started. Next, we are going to take the very first brick that we placed, and on top of it place 3 more bricks. 1, 2, 3. And then on top of that, 5 white concrete powder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's worth mentioning now that you don't have to use white concrete powder. White concrete also looks good, as does quartz. I just like the texture from the powder, although it can be a little annoying to work with. I'm sure that we'll see why later on. That is as high as the front wall is going to go, so knowing that, it just makes building the rest of this a little bit easier. Next, we are going to place 2 purple concrete on top of our pre-existing purple concretes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Place a glass block in between them. We also want to fill this area to the left in with bricks, like so, and place a bamboo fence in this position. We then want to place 2 rows of glass on top of these 3 isolated bricks, 1 row of glass, 2 row of glass, with 2 bamboo fence on top of each brick wall, just like this. Then we can raise up all of the other bricks on the front of the build to equal the height of the bricks that we placed earlier, just like this. So behind the bamboo fence, in between the door, in between the window, we'll end up with something that should look like this. Next, we are going to mark out the upper story windows. So extend this white concrete powder to the right by 2, 1, 2. Place an upside down bamboo stair, 3 more powder, 1, 2, 3. Upside down stair, then 3 more powder, 1, 2, 3. Upside down stair, and then just 2 powder on the right. We can then place 2 glass, 1, 2, on top of each upside down stair, and then we can fill in between all of these in using white concrete powder. The end result will look like this. Next, there is a small overhang above the window and the door, so we want to place 2 stone brick stairs extending out from on top of this bamboo fence. The second stair then wants to get extended all the way over to the right, and it wants to sit upon this bamboo fence here next to the window. We're then just going to fill the top of this in with sea lanterns, and then add stone brick slabs on top of the sea lanterns. Perfect! Then we are going to place polished black stone wall extending all the way up from this corner, all the way up almost to the top, but at the top here we are going to place a row of stone brick stairs extending across the top of this wall, and the stairs also just want to overhang one row like this. This is it for the front of the build, so we will now move on to the sides. Step 1 for the right side of the build is to fill in this entire wall here, including just extending inwards like this, with bricks. We already have marked out for us how high we have to extend our bricks, it just matches the front of the build, and then we have to do the same with white concrete powder. So, now we've done that, we can now add in the shape of the roof. To do this, we simply place shortening rows of white concrete powder extending up on top of the side of this wall. We extend the white concrete powder up and up one row shorter on each side each time until we eventually hit this. So, once we have done that, we can add some stone brick stairs to the side of this just to kind of represent what this is going to look like. We don't want to place stone brick stairs at the top, however. We want to leave the top flat. The roof is a little bit more interesting than just your standard stone brick stair roof, but we do want to have upside down stone brick stairs hanging underneath just like this, and then just at the very top, just to kind of like connect together, just like this. Moving slightly further down this side of the build, we want to add a window to this area. So place 2 bricks, 1, 2, extending out of the back of this wall, and then 3, 1, 2, 3 glass. Place bricks extending back. Extend the glass up a row with bricks either side and bricks across the top. Then add a row of white concrete powder on top of the bricks. Then a row of 3 white concrete powder extending from the left here, 1, 2, 3, with an upside down bamboo stair. We then want to place 2 glass on top of the stair, and then fill the rest of this wall in using white concrete powder, just like this. So this roof is going to get a little bit interesting in the fact that we will then extend the stone brick stairs across the side of this particular area, and these stairs will just overhang the back of the build. It'll all connect together rather nicely in the end there. Moving on to the very back of the build, we first of all want to place a brick block here with 3 glass to the right of it, 1, 2, 3, extend the glass up a row, and then fill the rest of this wall in with bricks. The bricks want to be as high as, well, every single other brick we have placed. We then want to add a row of white concrete powder on top of the bricks, and then starting over here on the left, we want to place 2 powder, extending inwards, 1, 2, an upside down bamboo stair, 4 more powder, 1, 2, 3, whoa. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an upside down bamboo stair. The joys of working with the white concrete powder. We then want to place 2 glass blocks on top of each stair, and then we can make this wall as high as all of the other white concrete powder walls. So we can just fill the rest of that in. Then we are going to add a stone brick stair to the side here, extend it out 1 row, and now let's make the shape of the back part of this roof. So just as with the other part of the roof, we just want to add rows of white concrete powder on top of each other, extending inwards until we eventually hit a peak at the top there. Now let's add the shape of the roof. This is really simple. We're doing the same thing that we did over there. We simply add rows of white concrete powder on top of the wall that are 1 row shorter than the previous row until they eventually reach a peak like this. We are then able to add stone brick stairs on top of these, and we can actually extend these stairs all the way up to the very top, unlike the other side there where we just stopped 1 row short. We actually want these stairs to sit on top of the well, on top of this, and then place upside down stairs underneath the overhanging row. The end result will be a nice classic looking roof. This leads us onto the final wall of the house, which we simply have to fill in with a mixture of bricks and white concrete powder that matches all of the other walls. There is no detail on this side of the house, as Horrid Henrys' house is a semi-detached and this would be connected to another house. So unless the neighbours decided to knock through and like make a door, there really wouldn't be anything on this wall in particular. Maybe they added some internal windows just for the fun of it. So eventually, when we have made the white concrete powder and the bricks as high as the respective materials for the other walls, we then want to add the same roof shape that we have on that side of the build onto this side of the build. This is where it gets ever so slightly tricky. So if you like, you can kind of like add a guide. So if we extend a row of bricks or non-falling block, unlike the white concrete powder, yeah, that's the problem with the powder. If we extend a row from where we have to start extending here, and we have to start extending from here, as you can see, we then just want to place an entire row of white concrete powder, and then we can place the roof shape the same way that we have placed it the two previous times. So we just want to extend it up and up and up until it eventually reaches that peak. And then let's place the stone brick stairs along the sides here, not on these top two, and then all the way down. Let's have them extend off the side of the roof one row just like this. Then let's add the upside down stairs underneath this. And we want to extend these stairs here, here, and then make this a sideways stair so that it just joins rather nicely. Like I said, this would actually be connected to another house, so we have had to kind of improvise with this roof shape. And then we can start working on it actually. So let's start with the very front of the roof. We will connect the rows of stone brick stairs together, just left to right like this. Until we eventually get to the top. Then we are going to work on the back of the roof, but here's the thing, it's actually probably easier to work at the bottom. So if we come to the bottom of the roof and just work on each side, extend the stone brick stairs blocks from the back part of the roof forwards and extend around to each side. I think that will be the easiest way to do it without having to waste too much time and excess stairs. Otherwise, if we just kind of like connect, it's much harder to see where the roof would connect otherwise, I think, so. There we go, that is one half of the roof pretty much done. We just have the very top here. Perfect, that looks nice. And then on the opposite side, we will do the exact same thing. So we just want to work from, well, you can work from either side as long as we just follow the shape of the previous row. But once again, I do think it is just easier to work from the bottom up, I think. Maybe it makes no difference, I don't know, I have a preference there. Just this last row now. And there we go, that's perfect. So we are now just going to fill the very top of the roof in here with upside down stone brick stairs, just like this. You could just use stone brick blocks, but we'll just use what we have. And that's perfect. On the top of the roof, we first of all want to add a chimney on top of this white concrete powder block here. We want to place 1, 2, and then maybe 3 bricks. We then want to extend this row forwards and also build it down into the roof like this. Then stick flower pots on top of the 2 bricks. There is also a TV aerial extending off the side of this chimney. We place 2 iron bars, so 1, 2 extending out, and then extend up, and then out in pretty much every direction except back on ourselves, so it will just end up looking like this. And then we want to place brick wall on top of the 2 middle rows of the roof. So those 2 flat rows that we place the upside down stairs for, we simply just want to place brick wall along the very top of it, and we end up with this effect, and it looks really cool and very, very similar to the actual original version of the house. Next, place a row of red terracotta extending from the front left-hand corner of the house all the way to the edge of the grid. Extend the end of this row to the right by 1, and then destroy 3 rows in the ground, 1, 2, 3, and replace those with granite. To the right of the granite, place 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red terracotta. Dig 3 more rows to the right, 1, 2, 3, place granite in there instead, and then a spruce plank on the end. Extend that spruce plank all the way back along the edge of the grid. We also want to place spruce planks along the back of the grid, connecting all the way back to the house, but we want to have 2 rows of planks on top of each other rather than the single row that we have along the side. Next, we want to place a large fern here. Just 1. Then we are going to remove 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, of grass in front of the house, underneath the wall, extending all the way to the right, leaving that large fern alone, underneath the drain pipe, all the way over to this wall, like this. We then want to remove, if you can see here, at the edge of the grid here, we want to remove these 3 rows, extending and connecting to the granite that we placed earlier, and all the way over on this side as well, we want to extend these rows and connect to what we have just removed. We then want to continue removing these 3 rows of grass, extending all the way to the back of the house, including inside here as well. And then on the back of the house, we are going to remove just 2 rows of grass extending out of the back of the house, not 3 as we did on the front. And then we will simply fill in all of this empty space with granite. And the granite will simultaneously be a footpath, a driveway, and just kind of general patio area. It's the closest I could get color-wise and kind of texture-wise to what is actually used in the cartoon, so next, we have to make a small pond in the front garden. So this actually lines up perfectly with the window from the brick wall to the brick wall. We want to leave a gap of 2 from the edge of this path, so leave 1, 2 rows, and then place a row of smooth stone slabs that correspond with the length of the window. There should be 5 of them. Extend the end slabs forwards and then outwards, and then forwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inwards, outwards, and then connect like this. We are then going to remove the center of the pond, and we actually want to dig 2 rows down in total. Fill the base of the pond in with sand of any kind. I actually thought this was regular sand, but I guess it's smooth sandstone. Then remove underneath the smooth stone slabs and replace that with just smooth stone. We also want to grab a grass block or a dirt or something similar, and we want to place a grass block here and here with large ferns on top. and then fill the center of the pond in using water, just like this. And that is the pond complete. Next, we are going to place a flower pot here with a fern inside of the pot. Right of the door, a grass block surrounded by spruce trapdoors with a large fern inside the grass block. We then want to add leaves on top of the grass blocks that we have left of the footpath. And we also want to place oak leaves around the corner of the pond, like this. Next, we are going to add a car to the drive. Right here, place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 cyan wool extending forwards. Add another row of wool to the side and polished blackstone buttons on the sides of the front and back of the vehicle, with cyan wool on top of each one of those blocks, glass in front of the wall, cyan carpet on top of the roof, the bonnet, and the boot. We also want to place 2 glow item frames at the front of the car as well. And there we go, super simple car. On the side of the house there is a green bin, so this is a green terracotta with an oak trapdoor on top of it. With a bush behind it, place 1, 2, 3, 4 oak leaves, extend the 2 middle blocks upwards and outwards. Then if we come a little bit further down the house, we want to place a lounging chair here. This is a spruce stair with 2 spruce slabs extending back out of the stair. We then want to place a furnace here on the corner. That is a barbecue. There is also a potted plant here in the corner, so place a flower pot and a fern inside of it. We have to make a garden shed. The garden shed's really easy to make. If we come to where the grass begins and extend inwards diagonally 1, 2, and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oak planks, and then inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, in 1, place a door, 1, 2, and then connect all the way back. We then want to place a row of oak planks on top of our oak planks. We then want to extend these 3 middle blocks at the back up, 1 row, extend the very center block up by 1. Do the same on the opposite side of the shed, just like this. We then want to place dark prismarine stairs along the sides of the roof shape, with a single row of dark prismarine slabs at the very top, just like this. So from this side, that is the shed. Behind the shed, there is a tree. I kind of like it to be in the middle of the shed, and kind of in the middle of the area between the shed and the back wall. So find the middle of the shed, 1, 2, 3 this side, 1, 2, 3 that side. Place an oak sapling and then grow it with bone meal. Eventually, you will end up with a rather large tree. That's perfect. Next, we have to make, I wouldn't call it a tree house. It's kind of a tree ledge. So we are going to make a tree lining up with the edge of the oak shed here, leaving a gap of 2 from the fence, and then extend in 1. I know the position's a little weird, but we want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oak logs extending from the ground. Then place a row of ladders, 1, 2, 3 extending up, with a set of oak signs on this side of the tree. We then want to create a ledge using oak slabs just like this. So we extend outwards above the signs to the right, add a couple of rows behind. That's perfect. We want to add an oak log section here, so kind of like a branch just extending back and out. And then we just want to make the top of the tree, so we just want to add leaves in such a way that we can still get up on top of this ledge, but it also just looks like a tree still. So let's just start adding some leaves. We don't have to be too specific here. It's just a tree, and we can just start doing this. Don't want to cover up that branch too much. There we go, that doesn't look too bad. So we should be able to climb up on top of this ledge here, have a little bit of a walk around. We still have something that resembles a tree, kind of. And there we go. I mean, it is kind of like a not great looking tree, I will say that. I mean, let's try and extend these out a little bit. We also don't want to make it too big though. There we go, I think that's good enough. Perfect. So we have our shed, regular tree, we have our tree ledge, I shall call it, and yeah. And with that final detail added, we have officially completed this tutorial. However, this video is not over. We must now take Horrid Henry's house and add it into our city. Henry's house is going to go in storage at the edge of the outer city suburbs until we create some more regular houses that we can actually make a suburbs with. I'm not 100% certain that that sentence makes sense, but hopefully what I'm showing on screen now does make sense. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are looking for more things to make by me, check out the mini city builds playlist down below in the description for everything that you can have and will not see on the screen right now. We have city builds, video game builds, movie builds, cartoon builds, you name it, we have it. Check the playlist down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.